today's project du jour.
Yeah, we're gonna put our dinghy wheels on. So we're gonna beach the dinghy and do it on the beach.
Yeah. We got these guys.
They're huge.
Was quite the trek getting them here because we got them from San Diego. This is our work area for the day. It is very pretty.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay, so nice little palm trees.
Yeah, okay, so what's gonna happen is these get mounted onto the back.
On our transom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then these just slide in. We just find a spot where we have them go, we send screws in, and then we're done.
You'd think by now we figured out there's no boat project that is quick, easy, and or simple.
Well, how's your project going?
Done.
Why is the wheel on the ground?
This lip is too far out, so we need spacers to get it away from the lip. Because if it's like this, that won't work because our wheel's supposed to slide in and out here. We'll have to get some spacers.
Yeah, if that lip wasn't there.
Yep.
Alright, off to Home Depot, or whatever the Mexican version of Home Depot is. So we tried to find a cutting board. Well, first we went to go find Starboard, and Starboard,
super expensive.
It was like $100 per piece. Yeah. And we said, no, there's a better solution, which is a cutting board, because it's essentially the same material, and if you don't need something super heavy duty, you should just use a cutting board. And so we went on a hunt for a cutting board.
Hello friends, today I'm going to be mounting outboard wheels. They're the Denard Marine inflatable wheels on the back of my Highfield. I had to buy some parts because the Highfield lip is a little big for these, but check it out. Here's the wheel itself. It's pretty beefy, pretty large. Here's the mounting plate. So this is going to go on the back of the transom, but I need a spacer, which I'm going to show you in a bit. And this guy locks in like that. Pretty cool system. Leah did a lot of research on this. She picked the Denards because they seemed like the best ones. But first step is I have to make a spacer because there's a lip on the transom that'll prevent the wheel from coming all the way up. Let's make that spacer and then start mounting on the dinghy. Kind of nervous because I'm drilling into aluminum here, but it's no big deal. So let's get going. Essentially the bracket like this, the arrow points down, is gonna go right here. I kind of roughly measured it. It'll clear the tube nicely. And here's what I'm talking about. It needs to go in that slot, but because Highfield has a little bit of a lip, it gets blocked. So I bought a cutting board, believe it or not, which will fit perfectly and block out this area so that it's more like this as opposed to this. Let's get to cutting. Now that I have those holes drilled through my spacer, let's make sure it fits. This is always a tricky part when you're going through multiple different materials. You want to make sure that it is straight, or otherwise the screw will come at an angle, which is never good, because especially with something that can allow water to ingress. So let's send these bolts through and see how they match up. Here are my bolt sizes. It's 1/4 inch and 3/8. It'll come from the transom. So we'll imagine a transom here through this cutting board and kissing this. Okay, I'm just barely touching the threads. I'm very happy with it. It's holding on already. I don't want to go too much because I really don't want to work these threads too much. The one time I send them through, I'm going to basically glue them in. So even if it strips a little bit, it'll be watertight. So let's make sure the bottom one's good. The bottom one went through nicely. Let me get my next ratchet bit. Send it through. that one's not perfectly lined up, so I'm gonna make the hole a little bigger. And same with this. So, no big deal. I don't love doing that, but it's okay because it's all gonna get filled with silicone anyways, but no big deal. Those look very straight, so I'm happy with that. Cool. Okay, so now that I've got my spacer on my thing, and it's really good, I need to make the holes through the transom. So this part's a little nerve-wracking. I'm gonna use a little pin push spots perfectly for these, and then drill some holes. So don't want them to be too big, you know, let's make holes. Okay, so here's the little hole I made. I'll have this piece go here. So it's gonna go like that. Not awful. I'll make the other spaces. Oh man, what a drag. Oh, this is so hard. So here's my new hole. Not horrible, that'll be covered by the washer. It'll go like this. Okay, here we go. And then this, like that. Nice and flush. Very good. So I want to make that first hole, and then I'm going to pivot off of it and get the other ones in. And if I have a smaller bit, I can go through, but I don't think I do. Let's make this first proper hole, which is going to be this size. It's a quarter inch hole. It's going to be a little bit more secure. Oh, I have this upside down. Excited. And here's what we have. It's nice and straight. It's lined up nicely. I'm actually very happy with this. It goes through that, and there will be a washer on that end. Day 2. I had to go to the hardware store, get some shorter bolts, because the ones I had before stuck out way too much. They wouldn't even let the wheels drop. So starting early this morning, I gotta get this done because we're trying to go to some islands and I can't have a hole in the boat while we're moving it, because then water comes in, which actually happened yesterday. No big deal, but it was just a quick move to the big boat. So gotta get this thing squared away. Let's get to work. I got my little buddy here, my little munchkin. He's gonna help me. I got a long leash, I can tie him up, and we're gonna be at the beach and we're gonna get this done, okay? Where's your ball? Go get your ball.
I can't leave those two alone to finish a project because you'll never figure out if the project was finished or the steps they took. So fast forward a few months and here's how everything turned out.
So one thing you might need to do, depending how thick the wall is here, it came with hardware, but I just had to get some shorter hardware so that it would be clear. But yeah, overall, we've had no problems with it leaking or anything. I think they're part of the boat now, like they're not going anywhere. And I filled those holes with, yeah, 5200, so.
This is what it looks like. So he ended up doing 5200 here, I think, right?
Yeah, just inside it, yeah.
Washers, plastic washers, and these were the shorter screws.
Mm-hmm. This thing is aluminum, so you want to have a barrier between the aluminum and stainless steel. But if you ever needed to do like outboard maintenance, like I could just raise it like this. I could work on this. I could do spark plug, oil change. So the cool thing about this is the wheels come off. So sometimes we'll have it in our lazarette and it mounts outside of the transom here. So all I gotta do is slide it in this slot. So it goes like that. The buoyancy of the tire itself, when I put it back, it floats just like that. So it's really nice. And it stays in the track just like on the top here where there's a gap. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push it down and it will rise up and lock in. There. So now it's locked in. Cool, so now the wheels are down and let's drive up on the beach. You really probably shouldn't do this a ton. As long as you're not like ramming it, I think it's okay. We've done it quite a few. Sometimes you're getting on a beach and it's this gradual incline like in Espiritu Santo, and we had to like drag the dinghy like 30 feet, but with these, you just kind of ride up on them. I don't have to lift my outboard. You're just gonna feel and see the stern right there. See, so now I'll cut off my outboard and we're here. So I can just pull, Leah's gonna stay in there just to show how easy it is. And then I can basically just pull the whole boat up. I mean, this is with a dog and a woman in it. So.
I'm the woman.
These are the best ones, I think. Well, I'm biased. But we see some people with hard tires, and those will sink into soft sand. These are inflated. So, yes, they could pop maybe someday, but till then, we're in good shape.
And see, it clears the outboard motor. So.